All right, we'll talk a little bit about this Far Cry 6 DLC Season Pass, focusing on the villains of the franchise. So you have Voss, you have the character, the what's his name from 4, you have Joseph from 5, right, in the DLC. Each focusing.
Was it just those?
Yeah.
I know that there, like, 2 had, the Jackal?
Voss, it's Pagan Min.
Yeah, Pagan Min was the villain from 4. And then Joseph from...
And Joseph, yep.
Yeah, it looks kind of like some kind of weird, trippy mind game version of the game, right? Where, like, you go in and, like, things can change on the fly. I don't know. It looks weird. It looks really weird to me.
Yeah. See, I'm all in because I loved that just weird mind stuff in 5. Like, I just loved the weird, like.
Is that what it's based off of? Does that stuff exist in 5? Is that what exists in 5?
In 5 there was a certain area where if you went too close, you would just all of a sudden you'd see your character's eyes slowly shut, and then you'd wake up and be knocked out somewhere. Like, if you tried to get too close to the main base too early, like, you would just pass out and so they would take you out and then, like, throw you somewhere and then to leave you wake up or something like that. But there was points where once you got so far into the story, you would, like, wake up and then you'd just be in this thing where you had to try to, like, shoot a whole bunch of guys and make your way out, like, out of this, like, area, shoot your way out and get out. But you just, like, would wake up, like, because they would shoot darts at you that would knock you out. And yeah, there was a lot of mind game stuff with the one girl. I can't remember what her name was, but the drug stuff that you see them, like, producing or harvesting throughout the game, would kind of make you start, like, hallucinating, and you'd have all these weird hallucination type stuff. And there was, like, what they've shown though in the stuff for Far Cry 6 though, it's like taking that to a little, like, the next level a little bit. So but there are some feels of 5 in it.
Cool. I think it's interesting when you take a game and you focus on the villains, right? Like, you actually get to play the villain. I mean, I know there's games where you can be, like, the good guy or the bad guy, right? Like Mass Effect or Jade Empire or something like that. But you, like, when they actually put you in the shoes of the villain, I think that's a really interesting take on games. And there's not a lot of people do that. I think maybe even in this day and age where maybe, like, bad people are, like, extra bad, you know what I mean? Like just the way that society views people in stuff. So for them to do this is kind of a really, I don't want to say it's a bold move, but it's a move in that direction in a weird way, and I kind of applaud them for that. I think it's neat. I think it's cool.
Well, it's like, like, even something like PsyOps, like,
sorry, honestly, I wasn't laughing because you brought it up. It's just like, that's a game I haven't heard about in a long time.
Yeah, but I mean, like, honestly though, like, like, there are times where I just sit and think, like, people in the real world, like, when it comes to wars and things like that, like, sometimes you got, if you think about it, like, they're trying to do what they need to do to protect their country, and we're trying to do what we're trying to do. Like, sometimes things can get blurred, somewhere in between there. And you think about it and put it in your own situation, like, they're just doing what we would do if we felt like we were in danger. Right. Like, like, so, like, when games kind of go around things like that, or just, like, where the people you think are the good people end up being the bad guy, or like Braid. Like I still to this day, Braid is one of the all-time best games ever. Just like thinking you're the good guy the whole entire time. You're Mario trying to save the princess. No, actually, you're a stalker, and she is trying to get the hell away from you. Like, I just love that.
When I heard that, I thought that was like the funniest thing. I like, man, it's
so amazing.
And then you look at the character, and you're like, he looks like one of those guys. So
yeah, like when games do like think outside of the norm. Like I definitely love that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's taking it, another step in the narrative. What makes a villain a great villain is, providing a depth to it. They're not just evil for evil's sake, although it has its place, I gotta say. But
if you can sympathize with a villain at on some level, I feel like you can see where you can sympathize with how he feels or why he's doing what he's doing.
That's the whole entire 2,000 episodes of Naruto. Like, here's a villain. 300 episodes later, this is why you feel sorry for him.
And you know what? Maybe it's something I'll have to unpack with my therapist. But I always thought video games was a great platform because I have to, always be on my best behavior in real life, and I'm always trying to do the right thing. But video games gives me a way to be like, you know what? I just want to be an evil person for 2 hours.
I want to punch that reporter in Mass Effect every time she comes up to me.
Yeah. Man. Good times. Yeah. Sometimes being bad feels good, guys. Life lesson. Man. All right, so anybody have anything else to say about this Far Cry DLC before we hit this? Probably I would argue one of the biggest reveals of the show.